Today we got Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series, taking on Nightwing. Who comes out on top? Well, let's find out.
Eyes up. Stay sharp. Stay down. Final warning. I could do this all day.
Geralt is a Witcher, a superhuman mutant monster slayer for hire. Shortly after his birth, Geralt was taken by his mother to a Witcher stronghold in the School of the Wolf. Whilst there, he was trained almost exclusively to kill monsters, practicing his swordsmanship skills and learning about monsters. Geralt is superhumanly strong, being able to beat bears and even rock trolls to death with his bare hands. He's also got some seriously powerful striking power, especially with his sword. He's able to cut off a monster's head with a one-handed sword swing and cut a large monster in half with one swing of his sword. Geralt is superhumanly durable as well. It's even been said that the Witchers have an abnormal pain resistance. He's been sliced across the chest and completely ignored the pain. Neve has incredible regenerative powers, and his healing factor allows him to recover from what would otherwise have been fatal wounds. Finally, Geralt is incredibly fast and agile. He's cut down crossbow bolts, dodged sword strikes and spear throws, and he's actually able to swing his sword faster than the eye can follow as well. It's even been said that Geralt is fast enough to cut down 20 men in the blink of an eye. Geralt also always carries around two swords, one made out of steel and the other made out of silver, for the purpose of killing humans and monsters respectively. He also carries around a dagger as a backup weapon. Geralt is exceptionally skilled with these swords as well, being called the greatest swordsman the North has ever seen. He's almost 100 years old and constantly trains whenever he has spare time. He's killed 2 other Witchers at once, killed 20 soldiers at once, and even killed the King of the Wild Hunt himself. And even though Witchers primarily use steel and silver swords, Geralt has been trained with most weapons, including battle axes, pikes, slingshots, and bow and arrows. Finally, Geralt has mastered 5 signs to use in his travels, which grant him a form of mind control, a telekinetic blast, a magical shield to protect him from harm, a magical trap that slows things down when they get near it, and the ability to shoot flames out of his hands, as well as a barrier designed to protect him from physical and magical harm. So that's what we got in one corner, Geralt of Rivia. But, in the corner, straight out of Bloodhaven, Nightwing. As the first Robin, Dick Grayson was the most famous psychic in fiction. When the boy became a man, he became the independent hero known as Nightwing. Dick is in peak physical condition with impressive strength, durability, and endurance, but his greatest physical asset is his speed and agility. He's strong enough to throw people through concrete walls, and is even able to make the super strong Blockbuster bleed with his punches. He's also durable enough to withstand attacks from super-powered beings. He's considered to be the greatest human acrobat in the DC universe, and he uses his acrobatic skill and his agility to make it very difficult to hit him in combat. He's said to be faster and more fluid in his movements than Batman, and he is so fast that not only is he able to dodge knives, punches, and bullets, but he can even deflect them back in mid-air. Having been trained by Batman, Dick is one of the greatest fighters on the planet, and is an expert in Aikido, boxing, Taekwondo, Hapkido, Ninjutsu, Judo, Jujutsu, Tai Chi, and loves using his Screama sticks in combat as well. He's also a genius, a brilliant tactician, a master of stealth, and an expert marksman. Nightwing's suit is lined with Kevlar, but is made with the fighting style of move more, get hit less in mind, so it isn't necessarily impenetrable. He also carries around an assortment of weapons like smoke pellets, sonic weapons, modified batarangs, a stun gun, and knockout capsules. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, today, in anticipation for Henry Cavill starring in the new Witcher series on Netflix, we're introducing Geralt to the battle arena. And to start it off, we're definitely not taking it easy on him, as we got him going up against the original boy wonder, Nightwing. Now, first we're going to take a look at needs to be physicality. Nightwing is incredibly strong, being able to lift up and throw men with just one arm, swing a refrigerator over and around his head, and he's able to hold up gigantic boulders over his head. Dick has even held open an orca's jaws before, and they have one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom. But more important than lifting strength, Dick has got some impressive striking power. He's knocked out Cassandra Cain with one punch, knocked people out through metal armor, and sent people flying through car doors and brick walls with his attacks. He's even cut through steel chains, instantly stopped a motorcycle, and he's made it superhumans like Blockbuster and Grodd bleed. He's also caught and pushed back against a sword strike from Deathstroke, and ragdolled and manhandled massive men before. So, able to contend with Geralt's strength at the very least. But Geralt is a guy who has spent his entire life specifically fighting against and killing superhuman beasts and monsters, and he's going to take the edge here when it comes to physical strength. He's strong enough to casually break bones with simple strikes. He's able to pull back on a dragon's head, actually beaten both bears and rock trolls to death with his bare hands. He's also clashed swords with Elmer's mace and didn't budge at all when he blocked a downward strike from the mace, even though Emlerif is easily superhuman and can effortlessly kill men with just one hand. Speaking of Geralt's swords, The Witcher has some serious striking power with those things, being able to easily decapitate or bisect monsters with just simple swings, even while swinging his sword with just one hand. Even when people are trying to block his sword strikes, he still hits with enough power to knock them to their knees, or actually send their own swords smashing back into their face. Now, moving on, Nightwing has some remarkable durability and endurance. His suit is bulletproof, and even though his head is open and exposed, Dick has been shot in the head before with a 32 pellet and still remained conscious, even though the bullet fractured his skull. Nightwing has taken attacks from Donna Troy that sent him flying through brick walls, yet got back up like nothing had happened. He's taken falls from multi-story buildings and survived massive explosions. He's also just got remarkable endurance. He's able to keep on fighting even after being stabbed by Talon, stay up and fight crime for days on end, and survive 10 days in the desert, barely any food or water. On the other hand, all Witchers are said to have abnormal pain resistance. It's actually been suggested that they don't even feel pain while in a fight. This has been backed up by Geralt being sliced across the chest but not even registering the attack, or taking attacks from monsters strong enough to easily rip humans in half. He's even got a healing factor and exceptional powers of regeneration. He's actually healed from attacks where the wound was so deep that all of the insides of Geralt's throat were visible. But I think the real question here has got to be speed and agility, especially since Nightwing is a character who relies more on his maneuverability in a fight rather than power. And Dick is exceptionally fast, being described as being the greatest human acrobat in the whole DC universe, with his only rivals being people like Catwoman and Boston Brand. I mean, Nightwing was actually headlining an acrobatic act when he was just a kid. It takes some serious skill and plenty of just raw, natural talent in order to do something like that. With this level of skill and ability, plus his use of grappling guns, it means that Nightwing has at least some advantage over pretty much any opponent he goes up against, and has the advantage almost every environment he finds himself in, which is an important thing to remember. He's easily been able to weave between automatic fire from several shooters, dodge bullets at point-blank range, and even dodge gunfire after the bullet had already left the gun. And Dick was doing this stuff way back when he was just Robin, the boy wonder. He's only gotten better and faster with age and as Nightwing. In fact, Dick is the fastest member of the whole Bat family, being called faster and more fluid in his movements than Batman. And it's not like the Bat family is slow by any means. In fact, Batman, Damian, and even Catwoman have all blocked, deflected, or even cut bullets in half. Yet Nightwing is still faster than all of them. And it's not that Dick is just agile or fast in a fight. He's just fast, period. Like we said, he's faster than Batwoman, Catwoman, and even Cassandra Cain. He's able to catch up with cars and actually beat them to their destinations, dodge super speed attacks from Jesse Quick, and even catch Wally West, with one time Wally commenting that he'd forgotten just how fast Dick was. No, I don't think there's any question that Nightwing is the faster and more agile one here. The question is Geralt fast and agile enough to hang with him in a fight and hold his own against Dick? And yeah, I'd say he can. Geralt is fast enough to cut crossbow bolts and arrows in half. Well, it's obvious that bullets are faster than an arrow, just how fast are arrows and crossbow bolts? Well, that's actually a good question. So Geralt deflected a crossbow bolt at a distance of less than 2 meters. Crossbows can fire at a velocity around 200 miles per hour or 300 feet per second. So, at a distance of maybe 5 feet, Geralt reacted to and deflected the bolt in flight, which would make Geralt's reaction time 60 times faster than the velocity of the crossbow. It means they reacted to it and swung his sword within 0.01 seconds. That's some absolutely crazy speed. On top of that, he's able to swing his swords faster than the eye can see, cut down 20 men in the blink of an eye, and even react to people while they were teleporting in mid-combat. Remember, Geralt has spent his entire life hunting down and killing supernatural monsters. And a lot of these monsters have superhuman speed, like werecats, and more impressively, high vampires. And let me just tell you that high vampires are insanely fast. So, yes, while Nightwing is still faster, more agile, more maneuverable in a fight, Geralt is no slouch either, but to hang with him in a fight at the least, if not fight on near even levels. So what about skill? I mean, that is even arguably more important than physicality. Now, Dick is the more technical and skilled fighter. No real question about it. He's been trained by people like Batman and Richard Dragon. He's even said he's been trained in all martial art forms. And he definitely knows how to use this skill in a fight, absolutely schooling Damian and Catwoman, beating Red Hood and Arsenal. He fought against and beaten Batman before. He's beaten David Kane, beaten Grifter, even though Grifter was telepathically reading his moves. Fought against Midnighter, who has the ability to play out future outcomes of battle in his head, and even Lady Shiva, arguably the greatest martial artist in all of DC, is impressed with his skill. Even the fact that Geralt is almost 100 years old and has more experience won't be a decisive advantage. Consider that Nightwing has handily defeated Ra's al Ghul, who was 500 years old and a skilled swordsman as well. Nightwing is also exceptionally skilled at using sticks and weapons in a fight. He's able to seamlessly blend those weapons along with his fighting skill in order to take down opponents. He's crazy accurate with his wingdings, being able to hit a coin out of the air. His suit is both fireproof and is able to release electrical shocks. And he's got wrist gauntlets that can shoot out bolos, sonic disruptors, explosives, and electrical attacks. He's got stun grenades, smoke bombs, EMP blast, and there are his Eskrima sticks. These are definitely his go-to weapons, and he can even electrify them as well, and use them to just shoot out electricity. With all of this, Nightwing really is one of the most dangerous fighters in the DC universe, and someone that you have to take seriously or else he's going to beat you. But Geralt has got his own set of advantages as well. For starters, like we said, he's older and has got decades more experience. And even though Dick has beaten more experienced fighters, so has Geralt, taking down a 400-year-old fighter, both physically superior and had magical powers. Geralt has also been referred to as the greatest swordsman that the North had ever seen. He's able to beat and kill other Witchers, even when double-teamed or blinded by a flash bomb. He's killed 6 highly skilled swordsmen all at once without getting hit once, killed people like Aradin, the king of the Wild Hunt, and even beat and killed higher vampires, who are arguably the most powerful creatures in the Witcher universe and are known for killing Witchers. And that's another thing. Geralt killed all of these people. He will have absolutely no problem killing Nightwing in this fight, and will actually be going for the kill, while Dick will inherently be holding back. Geralt has also got his signs, which I would favor over Nightwing's tech and weapons. He can create shields to block almost anything that Nightwing can throw at him, use telekinesis to dispel any gas or smoke, or even throw Dick backwards, and he can call upon magical traps to slow down opponents. No, really hurt Nightwing, considering that speed is probably his greatest asset. And while fire might not be super effective, considering Dick's suit is completely fireproof, Nightwing's electricity won't be too effective either, considering that Geralt is wearing leather, which is a natural inductor. He's also superhuman, and has taken lightning blasts before. Can't forget to mention that either. Also, I just don't see any reason why Geralt can't cut right through Nightwing's batons whenever he tries to block sword strikes. So, end of the day, who wins? Well, Nightwing is tough, but I'm actually going to favor Geralt of Rivia in this fight. Yes, Dick is faster and more skilled, but he honestly doesn't hold too much of an advantage in either of those categories. I'm pretty much going to always favor magic over technology, and there's also just the fact that Geralt will be trying to kill, Nightwing won't. That means that Geralt just has to land one attack in order to end this fight permanently, and I believe he is fast and skilled enough to do so. Nightwing will get some victories, but Geralt takes the edge and the ultimate victory. Geralt of Rivia wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn on notifications to join the Fanco army. And I will see y'all next time.